Welcome to Optometry Divas, where our mission is to empower, connect, and promote the success of women OD. One of the ways we do that is through our Divas of the Week feature. And today, I'm excited to have with me Dr. Kate Maloney. She's going to be talking about her story. She's going to share with us her process, how she's gotten here in her journey. And I can't wait for her to tell us ultimately why she believes no one should ever give up. Kate, welcome and thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
Thank you. Thank you. I'm good. How are you?
Well, I'm enjoying the sunshine,
Yes,
just
yes.
like you. So, all of our colleagues who are looking at this from somewhere in the Northeast or Canada, I'm sorry.
Yes. It's a
I'm so
lovely
sorry.
80 degrees sunny day out here.
You are in the pool deck, right? Right now.
I'm outside.
That's the beauty of living in Florida. So
Exactly.
thank you for joining us and thank you for becoming an elite diva of Optometry Divas. So welcome
Thank
and
you.
we're glad to have you. Um, are you excited being part of Optometry Divas?
Yes. Thank you so much for having me and, inviting me to join the group. There's been so many great resources already to kind of all the other divas sharing their stories, sharing their practice ideas has been super helpful.
It is. And right now, in this day and age, we need that support. We need that like mindedness, in order for us to succeed. I think it's so important that you do it. You know how they say it takes a village to raise a child. I think really in our industry, it does take a village for you to succeed. And that's what we want to do is create that network to help you succeed in everything that you do. So, in your feature, you said you are from New Jersey and so am I, by the way.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I am. So I'm curious to know what part of New Jersey are you from?
I am from Central Jersey, a town called Middletown, right in the middle. It was a great place to grow up. It was like 20 minutes from the beach, an hour to New York City, and it was great.
That is nice. Middletown. Let's
Mm-hmm.
see. I'm from the Oranges in New Jersey. I
Okay.
went to
Yeah.
Montclair State University,
Okay.
and I'm trying to think how far is Middletown from Montclair?
Probably like 30, 45 minutes. Depends what traffic you hit on the parkway.
On the parkway. I went to New Jersey last year, and I had forgotten how bad the parkway was and the
Yes,
potholes. Oh my
right?
gosh. We don't have potholes here in Florida, but I
Oil.
kept going.
Yes, yes.
Oh, awesome. So from New Jersey, you went to school in Boston, right? Tell
Mhm.
us how you decided to go there and not a different school.
Right away when I got to NECO, it just felt like a family. It was one of those things that I walked in and immediately, felt the warmth of the professors, the students, and right away I knew this is a place that I can belong and I can get a great education. I loved that all the other students kind of preached collaboration.
Mhm.
Everyone's going to share study resources. We're all going to study together. It wasn't some of the other schools that I interviewed at seemed a little bit more competitive, which is,
Mm.
some people are, that's kind of what they vibe off of and that's how they succeed. But I really liked more of the kind of the group effort of it. I also really liked that they promoted clinical education early on. First year you kind of get your hands into the clinic, and that I really feel blessed that I had that opportunity because I definitely think it made me who I am today.
So I'm totally not biased at all, but I
Right,
think you're
exactly.
100% right. I think NECO is the best optometry school in the country. I mean, it's not just because I went there; it's just because it is. So you are absolutely right, and I'm glad to hear that. And I'm going to school in Boston too. What a great place to be! I mean, it's such a beautiful city.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I miss that in the summer.
Exactly, exactly.
So awesome. And then so from Nuenco, you officially are here now in Florida. You'll tell us about your journey a little bit later. But in your feature, you say that you really are interested in fitness. So how did you get into that, into doing all that fitness?
Yeah. So in like elementary school, high school, I played tennis competitively, loved that. And then when I went to college, college is tough. You don't have time to commit to a team sport. So I was looking for other ways to stay active, and went to the gym, tried out some classes there, and found that I really liked kind of the fitness class environment. And in undergrad, and then a little bit when I was in grad school too, I actually taught some fitness classes. It was super fun. It was like a cardio kickboxing class that I taught.
Oh, I was gonna guess Zumba, but
yeah, it was kind of like that, but with kickboxing. But yeah, now I love still, staying involved in it. In the COVID era, I don't really go to the gym as much, but I just do my workouts at home. I have a Peloton. It's a lot of fun.
all right, so I must be the only person in the world who doesn't have one yet. What is this crave? It's everywhere. Everyone is talking about it.
The Peloton?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Peloton.
It's just like a spin bike, but it has like an iPad on the front where there's an instructor that kind of coaches you through what to do, and it has like music, and it's fun. It's really fun. You'd like it.
It took me a while to figure it out. I saw the commercials and I was like, what is this?
Yeah, I know.
It seems pretty awesome. And you said your name, you say what your name is on there. You have a feature name or?
Yeah. You have like they call it a leaderboard name. So you can add friends. So mine is Kate S. Maloney. So just my full name with my middle initial. And yeah, so if any of the other divas want to add me as a friend, we can cycle together.
That would be a fun activity for us to do. You know what I'm thinking about?
Yeah.
We have to create like a subgroup.
Yeah, right. Cycling divas.
In your feature, you talk about your grandmother and how assisting her, helping her, helped you or got you interested in optometry. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so she had both glaucoma and macular degeneration, and both became pretty advanced. And in high school, I went with her to her different doctors, her optometrist, then her low vision specialist. And it's almost like I got to shadow all these different fields through her and kind of see that optometry wasn't just one thing. There's all these different things that optometry is. And I feel blessed that I got to kind of experience that early on in my life too, to kind of see what the field of optometry was all about, what I could do with that and how I could get involved. And it was a great experience, great learning experience from that. Just kind of seeing how they could help her, how they diagnosed her. And I was also lucky that they were, so kind to kind of talk to me so thoroughly too, just as, the granddaughter tagging along. But it was really kind of them, and it really shaped me into going to optometry school and where I am.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. She must have been so happy when you went to optometry school, your grandma.
Yeah. It was.
And that says a lot about you too as a person, as a teenager in high school, taking your grandma or being with her at doctor's visits. I commend you on that. Most teenagers don't have time for that. So that's pretty awesome. So in your feature, you said that you are starting a dry eye clinic in the practice that you joined. That's a pretty heavy undertaking. What got you interested in that, and how are you doing it?
So I am at an ODMD practice. It's a pretty large group, and the docs in the practice, we all kind of realized that there are a lot of patients with dry eye complaints. And traditionally, we've just been saying, here's some artificial tears, I'll see you next year. And it just seems more and more that it's not cutting it anymore. Like we can't keep going on just saying we'll deal with it another time. The time is really now to kind of get to the bottom of why this is happening and solve these complaints, because some of the patients are miserable, like they are super symptomatic for the itchy, gritty feeling in the eyes, but also their vision suffering too. So this is way beyond the glasses and contacts. We have to kind of figure out what's going on to get them to see better. So that's the main reason why we all kind of wanted something more rather than just doing the standard artificial tears. So we are going to try out the tier care system, and we're going to offer that in our practice starting in January. So I'm really excited to see how that goes and get patients on board with that. As well as just kind of being a little bit more regimented about our follow-up care, rather than just saying, oh, I'll see you in a year. It's more kind of, we need more than that. So I'm excited to get started with it.
Yeah, but one of my associates said that the way we were treating that dry eye was like putting a Band-Aid on an ulcer.
Yeah.
That's not really helping. It's not doing much. So there's such a great need out there.
Yeah.
And I'm curious what advice you would give to someone else who maybe is an associate in a practice as you, and who's not sure whether they can head up something like that, or they can discuss with the practice owner how to do something like that. Would you give them any advice, anything you could share with them?
The biggest thing I've been learning so far is just start the conversation. You'd be surprised. They're probably thinking something very similar to you. We're not in this fight alone. And just starting the conversation, hey, I was thinking this, or what do you think of this? And once that conversation gets started, you're going to build momentum of, oh yeah, and this person said that, and what if we talk to this rep? And that's just kind of how it's easy as that. Once you get started, everything kind of falls into place from there, I think.
Yeah, I think that's pretty awesome, because a lot of times when I talk to people who are associates, they're not sure exactly how to implement something in a practice that they don't own fully. And sometimes that can be a little intimidating, and they can feel unsure of what to do. So I think it's good that you're doing that. It's a good example for other people who may be interested in bringing that into practice. So kudos to you. So my favorite thing you said in your feature is that, you should never give up. Can you tell us why you have that mantra, why you believe that people should never give up? Because ultimately the reward is worth it. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah. My husband and I, we moved to Florida from Connecticut, actually. That's where we met, and I did my residency there. We had always wanted to move to Southwest Florida. That was always kind of a goal of ours, but we kind of always thought it was a little bit of a pipe dream, something that wouldn't that be nice? And we said that because I graduated in 2016, and to become licensed in Florida, I would have to retake my board exams. And those things are expensive and a pain in the butt. I didn't want to do it. So we just kind of put it on the back burner. And then a few years ago, or probably about a year ago, we just kind of figured, we got to go for it. It's always going to be the what if. What if I don't try? So I decided to take the plunge. And once I said, we're going to do this, we're going to try for it, a recruiter contacted me about a job offer. And it was meant, it felt like everything was, falling into place. It was meant to be. But then I was, laid off from my job because of COVID. The board exams were all canceled. And I was worried. I had committed to this job. I committed to a house. Was this gonna happen? Was this gonna come into play? But that quote or that expression, I haven't come this far to only come this far, it kept kind of like going over in my head.
Good.
Right? I found the job, I found the house, everything was coming into place. Like, I can't quit now. I can't give up. And every morning for the past year, I was getting up at 6 to study before work. And I can't let this go now. I have to push through. I have to see it through. And it took a lot of work, but I'm so good. I'm here. It all worked out. And I truly feel like I'm living my dream life. And it all worked out.
That is the best place anyone can be, is to make that statement. I'm living my dream life. That's a powerful thing. Congratulations to you guys. I'm kind of amazed that when you said, I committed to a house, I committed to the job, and you hadn't taken the board yet at that
Not
time?
yet. During a pandemic, right. Yeah, that was stressful months.
That's pretty bold to do that.
Yeah, because I think it was too, I'm like, we're doing this. It's happening. Like everything's going to fall into place. I just have to believe. And it took a lot of work, but we're here.
One of the things I talk a lot about in my weekly inspiration of the week is that idea. You have to believe in the thing you want to do, and you got to be willing to take that bold step forward. It is terrifying.
Oh yeah.
And you might be shaking in your boots, but every step, even though you're shaking, you still take one more step and one more step, one more step,
Exactly.
and you'll eventually get there. And it just boggles my mind that you actually were doing all of this in 2020 of all time.
Right.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. That's very inspiring. And it's inspiring to the people who are listening, I'm sure, as well, because there could be people who are listening who are trying to decide whether to move to another state as well, or to get another job, or to do something. What I like in the feature, you said that little voice inside of me kept talking to me, and it didn't go away. So what would you say to someone who's listening right now and they're hearing that little voice, but they keep doing what you did earlier on, and like, I'll deal with it later? What would you tell them?
Yeah, you just got to do it. You have to go for it, because it's always another expression or quote that I like is don't think about the time it's going to take to do something, because the time's going to pass anyway. And what if I started this a year prior? You just gotta go for it. I really, really firmly believe that. One of the reasons why I think that I had all these challenges was to tell people, if I can do it, you can do it.
That's true. Yes, yeah, that's true. Your challenges become an inspiration for someone else. So that's awesome. I'm gonna keep this quote. I didn't get this far to only get this far.
Yeah.
That's like, you're giving me goosebumps. Like that. Kate, thank you so much for sharing with us and sharing your story, for inspiring us today, for meeting with me. Anything else you want to say before we close?
Just thanks for having me. This was really, really great.
Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm so glad you're a part of Optometry Divas. We have so much that we want to do to help all of our colleagues, to continue that mission, to empower, to connect, and to promote. Like, now we've connected, you've connected with other people, and you're going to continue to connect. So that's what I love about it, is that we get to know each other, and everybody's story is so unique, and we all learn something from each person. So I'm so glad that I got to hang out with you today. If you're listening and you'd like to learn more about Optometry Divas and want to know what is this all about, who are these divas, check us out at www.optometrydivas.com to learn more about us. We do put together events either locally or online through Zoom. So there's a lot for you to check out and get to know who we are. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please share, like, click, do all the things that you're supposed to do, and let us know that you enjoyed it. Check out Kate's feature on optometrydivas.com/Diva of the Week. Kate, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I wish you all the success. I know you're just going to do a lot more. This is just the beginning for you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.